There comes a time in your life when you stop asking for permission to feel joy, to take up space, to be you, not the Instagram ready version of yourself, not the let me fix my edges real quick version of you, just you, unfiltered, unbothered, and finally unapologetic. That's the season I'm in. And if you're not there yet, don't worry, you're closer than you think. See, I used to wake up and immediately try to shrink myself, hide my body under clothes that didn't hug too tight, smile politely so people didn't think I was too much, walk softly so I didn't shake the room. But baby, the room needs shaking, because I wasn't born to be a whisper. I was born to be a whole symphony. When I was a little girl, I used to spin around in my grandma's living room in socks until I got dizzy. No music, no audience, just joy. I didn't care if my belly jiggled or if my hair puffed up. And then somewhere along the way, the world taught me to be embarrassed of that joy, to hide the parts of me that felt too big. But guess what? I found her again, that spinning little girl, and I'm letting her twirl her way back into my life. So now, I laugh louder, I dance while I brush my teeth, I take myself out to eat, yes, with the full outfit in a clutch bag, because I deserve my own attention. I smile at strangers, I cry when I need to, I talk to myself out loud in Target, and no, I'm not crazy, I'm connected to me, and I refuse to apologize for that. Some people will try to make you feel guilty for loving yourself. They'll say, she thinks she's all that. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I'm finally realizing that I'm all that. And not because of how I look, but because of how I love, how I heal, how I keep showing up, even when I want to disappear. Say this with me. I don't need a flat stomach to feel beautiful. I don't need a man to validate my worth. I don't need a filter to be soft, radiant, or divine. I am already a masterpiece. A work in progress, sure, but still a masterpiece. You ever walk past a mirror and do a double take like, okay girl, I see you. Even when you just woke up and your bonnet is halfway off. Yeah, that part. That's the energy. Because life is too short to keep waiting to feel cute. If you want to throw on some lip gloss and fuzzy socks and pretend you're in a music video, do it. If you want to wear your favorite outfit to go absolutely nowhere, do it. We're no longer living for likes. We're living for light. I remember the first time someone told me I was too much. It hurt, made me question everything about myself. I started dimming my light, trying to be more digestible. But guess what? Being palatable for people who can't handle your flavor, that's not the goal. The goal is to be the full course meal you were born to be. Seasoned, saucy, and unforgettable. Now I find joy in the smallest things. Fresh sheets, a candle that smells like vanilla and childhood memories, laughing so hard I snort, voice notes from friends, sunlight on my skin, a playlist that feels like a hug. Life isn't always easy, but joy can still live here, even in the mess, even in the waiting, even when the bank account says, girl, sit down. Joy still shows up, and I welcome her every time. To every woman listening to this, I hope you know that you don't owe anyone a smaller version of yourself. You are allowed to be bold, to be soft, to be loud, to be brilliant, to change your mind, to take up space. You are not here to shrink. You are here to shine. So go ahead and live. Live fully. Laugh deeply. Love fiercely, and above all, be you. Not the version they want, the version that makes you proud to wake up and look in the mirror. Because at the end of the day, this is joy. This joy is yours, and you never needed permission to claim it. Sometimes joy doesn't come from a vacation or a promotion or checking something off your vision board. Sometimes joy is found in a giggle and sticky fingers holding your hand and little voices asking you the same question for the fifth time in a row. Joy lives in children, not just in their laughter, but in how they live. Have you ever just watched a child? They don't care who's watching. They don't care about the mess. They just exist in the now. They'll dance to music only they can hear. They'll cry out loud when something hurts and then laugh 3 seconds later. They'll ask why 1,000 times and never once worry if they sound smart. Children are a joy, raw, honest, unfiltered joy. And when you slow down long enough, you realize they're not just teaching us how to love them. They're teaching us how to love ourselves again. I used to think I had to be the adult, always serious, always in control. But one day, I sat on the floor with a child, and we colored outside the lines together. We made up a silly song. And for the first time in a long time, I forgot about all my bills. I forgot about being tired. I forgot about who hurt me. I remembered me, the me I used to be, before the world told me to grow up and stop laughing so loud. Children are a walking light, little bundles of chaos and grace. They test your patience and stretch your heart. They ask you to slow down, to kneel down, to look at them in the eyes when they speak. And when they smile, oh, when they smile, it's like the sun coming through a cracked window. Unexpected, unapologetic, healing. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if life feels too heavy, find a child. Listen to their stories about imaginary dragons and dancing cookies. Let them pull you into their world. Let them remind you that there is still wonder left inside of you, still softness, still magic, still room to play, because joy isn't a destination, it's a way of being. And children remember the way.
Put your shoes back on right now. How do we go? It's like, and then this. Yeah, I'm about to pass out a little bit. I catch you in the car. Girl, I don't know. We all man. Okay, go. Is it here first? And then yeah. It's up? Yeah, up, down, down, up and down. Wait, no, it don't go like that. Okay, 1, 2. Try it again. You want to play the music? Yeah. Go close the door, Ava. Go close
But here's the part we don't talk about enough. It's not just finding joy through children. It's about letting them see us having joy too. Because children are always watching. They learn more from what we do than what we say. And if all they ever see is us rushing, stressing, cleaning, worrying, then that's what they'll think adulthood is supposed to look like. They'll think growing up means giving up fun. That joy is something you outgrow. Let them catch you dancing while you sweep the floor. Let them see you laugh until your stomach hurts. Play tag. Make the pancakes in a silly shape. Wear matching pajamas. Sing off key in the car. Don't just teach them to chase dreams. Show them how it feels to enjoy the moment. Because when you give yourself permission to have fun, you're giving them permission too. Some of us grew up thinking fun was just a reward for hard work, that you had to earn joy, that serious meant mature. But now we know better. Joy is not a luxury. It's a life source. And if we want our kids to grow up with emotional freedom, we have to model what that looks like. We have to show them it's okay to rest, to laugh on hard days, to cry and still be strong, to be silly and still be respected, to be fully human. I'll never forget the first time my child saw me dancing just because the music was good. No routine, no choreography, just vibes. And you know what she did? She jumped in, started spinning like the living room was a stage, and I realized that's the moment she'll remember. Not the time I folded laundry perfectly, not the time I looked exhausted and said, "Not now," but that moment when joy became contagious. When she saw me as more than just mom, she saw me as a woman who chose joy. So if you're watching this and you've been carrying too much, here's your reminder. Let the kids see you smile. Let them hear your laughter echo through the house, because your joy gives them the permission to feel safe, to be lighthearted, to be free. One day when they're grown and life starts to feel heavy, they'll remember how you handled it. Not just with strength, but with joy. They'll remember that even when the world told you to hustle, you made space to laugh, to dance, to be. And that will be the legacy they carry. Not just what you taught them, but what they saw you live. If this message stirs something in you, if you ever felt judged for being spiritual, silenced for being intuitive, or shamed for simply being a woman, drop a comment and speak your truth. Let's build a space where wisdom isn't feared and women aren't burned for being powerful. Like, share, and subscribe to Her Story Unveiled 007, because the world needs our voices. Her story deserves to be told.